Good afternoon. I'm Sayuri. How you doing? Well, I'm back today with another message, and it's going to be a little tight, but it's right. But in any event, I hope it helps somebody and change somebody. And if you read the description under my video, you can find out what I'm all about and the wealth of knowledge that I bring to this table that I'm sharing with you. Today, I want to be real because I believe that if you don't be real with people and be transparent with people and you really can't identify with what they've been through, then I think it's hard for you to talk about what they've been through if you've never really experienced yourself. How can you possibly know how they really feel? You can only imagine, right? So today's topic, I want to start out with a testimony. I've only done a testimony 3 times in my entire life, and that's been a long time. But anyway, it started out with growing up surrounded by domestic violence. Okay, which messes with your head, messes with your thoughts, messes with your future, messes with your choices, messes with your nerves. It messes with a lot more things than you could ever imagine it could. So, if you are in a situation like that, please don't allow your children to see it. You'd be surprised how much they're soaking up and how it can affect them in school and in everything they do, even down to their very future. So I experienced that, and I'll tell you, it will cause you to make some bad decisions growing up. It'll cause, because your normalcy is all distorted. You see this stuff enough and you hear this stuff enough, and you start to think that, oh, okay, this is how life is. This is normal, and it's truly not. It affects your future choices. For me, and don't forget, we're talking many moons ago. Okay, many moons. I want to go back 40 years, maybe. Okay, but it led to abuse of alcohol, uh, experimenting with different drugs, pills. And by the way, I've been clean for 25 years, maybe a little more. Okay, bad choices. Bad choices, okay? In partners, husbands. And at one time, I was even the disco queen. Oh, yeah. I partied and danced Wednesday through Sunday, okay, at some of the top clubs in New York City. I could even name a few. Tribeca's, the Second Floor, the Palladium, Club Savage, 70 West, the Red Parrot, King Street Garage, the Buttermilk Bottom, 2020, Studio 54. Oh yes, I've been in Studio 54 dancing under the snowflakes and the rain and all of that, the thunder and all of that. Okay, so the disco queen. And a lot of people wonder, why do people, addicted to discotheques and dancing? Well, in my day, when I was a young woman, that was how I released the anger, the tension, all the stuff that was bottled up inside of me. I danced it away. So if there was a club, I was definitely going to find it, and I was going to be there, and I would dance my heart out. I would even get on top of the speaker and dance. I'm telling you, I was the disco queen. And this went on for at least a period of 10 years. Okay, 10 years. Okay. And that was to get out the anger, that these other things led to a radical choices, a radical behavior. But what I want to point out today as I have shared some of my testimony with you. I could get deeper, but I don't want nobody to start crying. Okay. But the point that I want to make by even revealing all of this to you is that when you choose the behavior, and I want you to remember this, don't forget this. When you choose the behavior, you also, not maybe, not if, you have also chosen the consequences. And that's what I don't understand about a lot of folks, a lot of us. And when you young, dumb, and full of blank, you know what they used to say, you don't even think about these things, but you need to before you get yourself caught out there. And you done weaved a web that now you don't even know the way out. Okay. But it's very important when you choose the behavior, you have chosen the consequences. You have invited karma into your life because at some point, at some date, you are going to have to pay back what you've done. And you might have to pay it back triple. So that's why you don't want to go there, young people. You don't want to go there. Talking about, I don't care, you better care. That ain't gonna stop it saying I don't care. And it's bad not to care because don't forget one day you're gonna get old and ain't nobody gonna care about you the same way you didn't care about nobody. So you're not excuse me, you're not being slick when you say that. I don't care. They don't care. Well, they gonna wish they had a cared. Okay, especially the times we living in right now. Okay. So you have also chosen the consequences when you choose the behavior. Remember that. And I've heard this before. So the topic today is, can I change? You ever heard the old saying, especially among people of color, oh, a leopard never changes their spots. Oh, you can't change. You are who you are, baby. Not true. That's the biggest lie of deception that has ever been put out to a people. That you are what you are. It is what it is. No, it don't have to be. It don't have to be. It ain't no it is what it is. It is what I make it. Okay? It is what I make it. That's what it is and will be. But if you tell yourself, oh, well, it is what it is, you know, you'll be stuck in a hole for the rest of your life trying to get out, talking about it is what it is. That's another phrase that ain't cute. Matter of fact, it turns ugly at the end. Because then when you sitting there all decrepit and broke down and fading away, then you can look in the mirror and say, well, it is what it is. But you know what? The truth is, it is what you made it. I'm telling you from experience, okay? You remember that song, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time? Well, they had a song, and I don't know if a lot of you are old enough to remember that song, but it's If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time. Oh, yeah. You know, and it went on. Well, you know what? We can't. Unfortunately, that's a song and a dream, but you can't turn back the hands of time. You did it. It's yours. You own it. You are it. And now you have to live with it. Okay. But I'm going to help you out here today, though. I'm going to help you out here today. Because, like I said in my testimony, I've been there, done that. So I can understand how you feel. I can understand what you're going through. I can understand your pain. I can understand your anger. It ain't no fun. And especially being lied on and betrayed constantly by the people that you trusted and loved the most. Like they say, it's not the knife uh in your back that kills you. It's when you turn around and see who's holding the knife. Whoa. But you can get over anything. You can get over anything. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I know you've heard that. And know why it's a terrible thing to waste? Because it's very powerful. The mind is very powerful, and you've got to learn how to use it. Because most people are using, oh, they might be losing it too, but I didn't mean to say that. Most people are using their flesh. This is your flesh, the body, okay? Using their flesh. Oh, I feel like I want some of this. I feel like I want some of that. And it's usually wanting the things that are no good for you. And the things that are no good for you taste the best and feel the best. Ain't that something? And that's the thing that could be killing you. So let's move on. So let me tell you that you cannot turn back the hands of time. It's just a done deal. But there's a way out. Do you want to know the way out? I know the way out because I did it. That's why you can't tell me it can't be done. And I'm not the strongest apple on the tree either. So you ain't got to be the biggest, baddest, strongest apple on the tree. You don't have to be. All you have to do, number one, is have a made up mind. Let's talk about that for a second. Know why you can't get no further? Because you keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You got to stop that. When you get tired of being lied on, betrayed, disrespected, put down, people being jealous of you, people trying to, do all kind of stuff, trying to destroy you with their ugly selves, all of that. When you get tired of being tired, baby, all it takes is a made up mind. You got to look in that mirror and say, know what? Is something wrong with this picture? Or is something missing from this picture? And know what? I'm making up my mind today that no, this is not my future. This is not my destiny. I denounce all of this. So the first thing you got to do is have a made up mind and stop being like a wavering wind, just being blown anywhere. People blow you and going into anything and not knowing what it is, taking risks and all of this kind of stuff. A lot of people got the big disease with a little name because they wanted to be risk takers. Meet somebody in the club and go out in the park and have some sex. Go sneak into the toilet, in the bathroom, in the locker room, and have some sex with a total stranger that you don't even know whether they're healthy or not. Got to make better choices, okay? You got to make up your mind. That's the first thing. A made up mind. Now you can become anything. You can do anything when you make up your mind. I'm tired. I'm moving on. Then once you've made up your mind, seek God. The reason you don't know what to do and you all over the place and you have no foundation, no nothing, is because you don't know God. That's why. You don't know your creator, the maker, the one that designed the brain in your head, designed these eyeballs, your nose, your five senses, your ears, your taste, your lips, this body, this heart, the God of the sky, the moon, the stars. Ain't no man made that. But that's another talk. Seek a relationship with God. I didn't say seek a church. Not that that's a bad thing. There's some good churches out here, but you just got to find it. But seek a relationship. A relationship is when I get up every day, I talk to him and say, God, I'm starting my day today. Be with me. Protect me. Order my steps. Show me where to go. Show me what to do. Help me by the power of your Holy Spirit. It's about a relationship, not a religion. Okay. It ain't about a bunch of rules and regulations and all of that. It's about a relationship. You talking to him. He hears you when you talk to him. I know it's true. I've seen prayers answered that I asked for and I got it. And I said, oh, he heard me. Okay. So seek a relationship with God because that's going to bring your healing. Okay, that's going to make you forget about all that bad stuff. Okay. And then on top of that, if you're a person that you like therapeutic stuff, you can also heal from those old damages, that was trying to take you out of here. You can also heal through therapy, finding a therapist. Okay. If your insurance will allow some counseling, if you are already in the church, then some Christian counseling. Okay, which I did that under Charles Stanley, one of the best churches in Atlanta, Georgia, one of the best preachers in the world. He had a counseling program that was out of this world. I went through the whole thing and it was worth it. You know that thing, baby, baby, I'm worth it. Okay, it was worth it. I'm worth it. I said, I'm worth it. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to open the trunk. I'm going to open Pandora's box. I'm going to let it out because I ain't walking around with all of this up in me no more. Right? So you do it. Some people like groups. They have the 12 steps, people who have terrible families that don't stick by them, don't love them. They don't know what love is. They the black sheep, the outcast, the different one. Now they doing that to straight people. I told you that now that's the new group being bashed. Okay. But that's if you let them. Okay. So you might choose a group, a 12 group or some type of meetup group. You can go on the meetups and look up for groups that are healing from, my husband died, my wife died, my kid got killed. They got a group for everything now. They really do. So you can go online and go on the meetups and see all the different types of groups you can get in, because some people like a group setting. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? It promotes healing. It really does. I did this over a period of 10 years. So I know, and I enjoyed it, and I made new friends, and I met people that we still talk to today. I told you before, blood might be thicker than water in consistency, but is blood thicker than water when it comes for people standing by you? Because I've seen your family be the first one to desert you. The ones that don't show up to the hospitals, your friends beat them to the hospital, but these are your family members. Okay, so it promotes healing, and you make a new family, a family of friends. How about that? All right. And then forgiving. You made mistakes. I made plenty of them. You made mistakes, but you got to get to the point where you can't let that eat you up. You have to forgive yourself as you are accepting God's forgiveness. Because, see, you can't lie to him. He knows when you're lying. He reads your heart. He knows when you're lying. Can't lie to God. So when you talk to him and say, oh, God, I did this and I did that, and I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it, and I want to be different. I don't want to keep doing this. You have to be honest with God, okay? And when you do that, he said, if you confess your sins to me, I'm faithful to forgive you. We have a faithful God. Don't you know we all should have been dead already, the things that we've done in this world to children and all kinds of stuff? But in his mercy and grace and his love, we're still here. So now, if he giving you a chance to do better before, the Noah thing happened to us. Only this time it's supposed to be fire, and it was just some big earthquakes, and some of them were in North Carolina too. I mean, God ain't playing with us, people. And if you think you're going to play with him, you are sadly mistaken. You're going to get caught out there with no oil in your lamp. So don't do it. So now, forgiving yourself, you've asked him for forgiveness. You've worked with him in honesty, because you ain't playing God, Mr. Player or Miss Player. You're not playing him. You can forget it. You're going to reap what you sow. So when you go to him, you better go right, and you better be telling the truth. Okay? And after that, forgive yourself after you've asked him for forgiveness and he heard you. Now you start forgiving yourself. Okay? And as you receive the forgiveness and asking forgiveness from now, the hard one is Like it or not, you got to get in touch with the people that you dead in. You ain't got to go into the whole story and go into the details and all of that. You don't have to do that. But all you do need to say is, I know I've hurt you and I know I wronged you. And I'm asking you today, please forgive me. And it don't matter whether they say yes or no. You did your job. You right with God. You did your job. Because the Bible says, go to them that you hurt and let them know that you're sorry that you hurt them. And if you ain't sorry, you're a narcissist. That's what that is. You got no emotions, no feeling, no affection. You're just an empty vessel soaking up everything all around you from everybody, trying to live other people's lives and all this nonsense like Earth, Wind, and Fire said, you out there on an ego trip and all this. Don't do that. Whether they accept it or not, that's on them. Now, if they won't forgive you, now that's on them. You done took it off you and put it on them. Ain't that something? So it don't matter. You ain't got to be afraid whether they're going to accept it or not, or they're going to say yes or no. You don't have to be worried about that. Your job is to say it and mean it. And if they don't accept it, now the unforgiveness is on them, and it done bounced off for you. You free, baby. You 5 pounds lighter now. Okay? So after you've gone to those people that you know you hurt wrongfully, they didn't deserve that. Now you good. You got right with God in your privacy, not in front of a bunch of people. You ain't got to do that. You got right with the people you hurt. Now it's time to move on. Now you can invent a new life. Okay? Starting with a new environment. Sometimes you can't be around them same old people that you was making them funny cigarettes with and, throwing down a bunch of alcohol, eating up your liver, craziness. You got to invent a new life. That means you got to make a new environment. So now you start to save your money. You start to work hard and you stop flashing and you start saving your money because you got to move. You got to get away from these old folks. You can go visit later, but you can't be around them every day because they're going to remind you of the old you, because people think you can't change. Ignorant people, I'm going to say ignorant people think you can't change. People that talk to me today, I mean, from my past, think that they're talking to the Sayuri Tony 45 years ago. I'm not her anymore. That girl is gone. She ain't existed in over 25 years. This girl ain't jumping on top of no speaker, dropping it hot and that girl don't live here no more. That's why I know you can change. Don't tell me you can't change. I did it. I did it, baby. I got 2 books to say I did it. Okay? And some more, and take you through the fun stuff and the bad stuff and all of that. So invent a new life. Start with a new environment. You need to move away from those folks that remind you of your bad part of your past. Okay? And the ones that really love you and can forgive you and want to see you change, them are the people that's going to stick to you. You're going to always hear from them. But the phonies, they're going to let you go, because as soon as you don't want to smoke some coke and throw down a couple of Hennessy's and go to some crazy place and, all this kind of stuff, they don't want to be bothered with you no more. Them was the people that was trying to destroy you and you didn't even know it. Okay? You thought it was cute and funny, and they was talking about you behind your back while they was slipping a Mickey in your drink. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. So invent a new life, start with a new environment, and maybe some new friends. You'll make new friends, especially if you're friendly like me. Everywhere I go, that's why I'm not afraid to go nowhere new and start over. Done it many times and might do it again. Not afraid, because I make friends everywhere I go. I attract people like that because I have that kind of personality. And they can see the agape love in me. They can see that I'm non-judgmental. They can see that I'm open. They can see that I'm friendly. I ain't judging you. I'm just trying to love you. And if you don't want to be loved, I'm the type that will leave you alone because I don't press. And I don't let nobody press me either. That's where you got to get to, okay? And so after you do that, the new environment and meet new friends, now you are letting all the fake ones go. You heard the young people say it, see ya and don't want to be you, baby. See ya and don't want to be you. They telling you right there what you was, and you thought these people was your friends. But I ain't gonna talk to you all night. Like I said, this talk was tight, but it's right. Trust me. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm not a liar and I don't practice a lie because a liar can't make it through the front door. But real quick on that tip, here's my book, How to Know God. I wrote this because I had to find him for myself. And that sells under Westwood Books. It's on Amazon.com. So you see the cover, How to Know God, I Am That I Am, okay? On Amazon by Tony Stewart, legally. Then, for the hot story, the hard story, the difficult story, the fighting your way from darkness to find the light, here's A Woman Before My Time, my first book I wrote, okay? Finding out who you were born to be, not who you was trained to be or who you was molested or dysfunctioned to be. This is finding out who you was before all that happened. And this takes you through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's a hell of a read, and that's what I've been told by a few people. Okay, you can also find this one on Amazon under Sayuri. And Sayuri means overcomer, by the way. That's Korean for overcomer. Okay. And then if you the romance type, that likes to read about relationships and things that go on in relationships and the little girl inside the woman, acting crazy. And and this is funny too. I mean, it's up, down, funny, sad, romantic, hot, it's all of that. Then you need to read the sequel to A Woman Before My Time, which is The Woman, also on Amazon. So I hope you've enjoyed the talk today. I went over 2 minutes more than I planned to, but it's all right because, like I said, a tight subject is a right subject, baby. Because sometimes the truth gonna be tight. The truth don't feel good, But I tell you one thing: the truth will set you free because it sure set me free, and I want to see it set you free too. Okay. So the question was, can I change? Yes, baby doll, you can. Yes, sir, you can. And now, y'all go on and enjoy the rest of this Sunday evening, and I'll be back with my next talk soon. So I welcome you. I invite you. I hope you enjoyed the talk. And please like it. Hit the like button for me. Share it if you think you know someone that they might enjoy this talk or this might be useful to them. Share it with them, please. And also subscribe to my channel so you can keep coming back because I'm going to have some good stuff for you in the future as we moving on, okay? Because I'm praying over this. I get knowledge from on high, and I mix that with my earthly stuff. And I tell people too, I was in the street before I went to a church like everybody else, and I learned about the church. That's why I know it's about an intimate relationship with God. It ain't about, I go to church every Sunday. So what? That don't make you a Christian because you're sitting up in the church. And most Christians, they use that name. I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother subject. But always remember, it's about the personal relationship between you and him. That's what counts. And then when you sit back and watch and you see things happening that you ain't told nobody but God, that's how you know he heard you. Need to read my book, How to Know God, on Amazon. It's only $7.99. I know you spend more than that in the dollar store. Okay, I love you to pieces. Grace and peace. Be safe. And I'll see you back here on my next talk. Okay? Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.